Today, I would like for us to really, 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 really practice stillness and understand what prayer is and meditation and contributing to a greater good. So, before we started taping, I mentioned Libya. They're at a tipping point. We want to contribute some stillness. See if they can quiet and use what's happened for good rather than for ill. The Philippines, they're suffering terribly. And people all over in this country and every country suffer. And we're right here, we're pretty okay. All of us. So how can we contribute that? So what's prayer?
Calling the name of God.
Calling the name of God. Go ahead.
Listening.
Listening. So calling the name of God is one way. You can do petition prayer, which is back to like really, really early. Not interested. Petition prayer. No, we're not talking. I'm not interested. And I certainly don't need to teach anybody that. Because I'm sure everybody knows how to do that. Just remember whining a little bit, and then we can everybody just joins in and is an expert at it. So we're not doing that.
Reminds me of the dictator in a way. I want.
I want.
This is what I need.
Yes.
Give it to me.
Give it to me. Give me.
I deserve it.
I know what I want, and I deserve it, and it's me.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go to calling to God's name. And that would be you can do it orally, you can do it in your head, but where's God going to hear us? In the heart. In the heart. So, then we go. So, do we have to call to God, or what?
Listen.
Do you have to listen?
God's already there.
Right. So, real internal prayer is listening. And if I'm chattering and yakking and wishing and doing, can I hear God?
Yeah.
No, not at all. So that's where we go with prayer. Now, is there a difference between meditation and Christian orison? No. No. Very important. No. So, what's meditation? What is it? Stilling.
Concentration.
Concentration.
Dwelling.
Dwelling. Okay.
Right in.
Pouring in.
Sustain.
Sustained what? I can sustain the eat.
Sustaining your concentration.
Sustaining your concentration. So I always use that example of Pussy, the cat, my cat. She concentrated on prey. So was she meditating?
Right. Yeah.
Yes. And was she successful? Did she get the object of her meditation? Every time. She was a good mouser. So she meditated. Now, if she just concentrated for a second, was she meditating? No. Remember, there's concentration, there's meditation, and then there's samadhi, which is merging everything. Does that make you unconscious when you're in trance samadhi? No. Does it look, maybe for the outside, very important, for the outside it might look like the person's in trance and they're not awake, they're not conscious. What's not conscious when they're in samadhi? Small self. But they are, in fact, conscious. The meditator, the meditating, and the object of meditation become one at that point. Let's go back to meditation and go back to concentration. So, many, many years ago, I insulted somebody. I didn't feel so bad about it. I insulted somebody who came to first time to a class. This was a long time ago, not even in here. And they said they meditated. And I said, oh, great. What do you do? How do you meditate? And they put an orange dot on their wall and they stared at it. I said, great. That's a lovely beginner meditation. Is it beginning meditation?
Yes.
Yes. If that person can do it for probably more than 2 minutes, at least 2 minutes, without being, if they just concentrate and then wander, they're just concentrating. But if they can stay focused on that little orange dot for 2 minutes, they're meditating. What are they going to get from it? An orange dot. They get an orange dot. Where? They get it in their mind. That's what happens. They take in the orange dot. So their mind quiets, the mind becomes one-pointed, focused, and they have a orange dot. Hopefully, they then think, wow, I need to be doing something a little differently. So then they start watching their breath. Now this person was convinced it was the final be-all, end-all with the orange dot, so we'll leave that person to the orange dot. We're going to do, so what happens with the breath? Inhale, exhale, watch that breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Wow, look at my breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. What are they going to get? Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You bored yet? Yeah. Inhale, exhale.
You'll get some discipline.
They'll get some discipline. Actually, I saw somebody the other day whose wife was now meditating, and I had to say, no, they're not doing you guys, and I don't teach that. That person was watching their breath and thought it was the same. I said, so watch your breath. Inhale, watch the breath. Exhale, inhale, exhale. And then I said, okay, how about you do this? Because you want to be similar to your wife. When you inhale, before you exhale, there's a little moment. Grab that. And when you exhale, after you've exhaled, before you've inhaled, there's a little moment. Grab that. And I was like, oh, wow, that's very different. I went, yeah. Difference is what? What's between?
You're using that as a portal to go.
Right.
Mhm.
It's quiet. There's a stillness. So stopping the beginning level, it's taking it another step. But if you're just looking at your breath, nothing wrong with it, beginner level. Beginner level, first level, breath. Using 5 sensors, things, whatever. Now I say a mantra. I do so-hum. In on so, out on hum. I get that little spot. Now what am I doing? Second level. Do a mantra. Second level. I remember, right. Second level. A little bit better. Going deeper. Now I realize, oh right, where does God dwell? Where does every tradition say God dwells?
And
In the heart. Is it in my eye?
No.
No, it doesn't say in the eye. My ear? Maybe it's in the ear. No. My foot? No. In the heart. Is it the thumper heart? No. No. It's in the heart. So, I'm going to try to go there. Go there. Oh, I don't know. There. I don't know. There. Oh, God. I got to go do this. I got to do that. Now what am I doing? Am I meditating?
Yeah.
What am I doing? I'm beginning concentration. Nanosecond. Bump, gone. Bump, gone. I'm not meditating, and I probably spend more time up here than I am down here. Now, what am I using? First, beginning, first level. What am I using? Senses. Touch, sight, hearing, smell even sometimes. Okay? Second level, what am I using?
Intellect.
Intellect, mind. Third level, will. So will is desire. What other can do will? Attention. So take your attention. Where do I put my attention? If I put my attention into the orange dot, no, not going to get much into that breath. Going to get some discipline, but not going to get much. Take my attention into the heart. Everybody take their attention and put it, their focus, into the heart. And use your will to stay there. Don't come back up. Go down. Stay there. Back down. When you go down in there, can you listen? Can you hear? If each and every one of us practices this and opens up to listening and being still, we can contribute something greater than our own little desires. Keep going down and staying down and bore in. Is this an idea? No, nothing about an idea. It's actual. You actually do this. Now, how many people just meditated and how many people concentrated? Did you stay down the whole time? Did you? Did you? Did you?
Not the whole time, but occasionally.
Did you? Did you? Did you stay down the whole time? No. Did you? Did you? Did you?
I looked up and down.
Up and down.
And listen to your words. I can come right.
Up. Yeah, you want to be able to listen from in here. You end up speaking from in here, acting from here. You can fight from here. It's a lot more fun. See, that is encouragement. more available tools if you fight from here. You have a little more distance, you have a little more expertise, you have more ability. You're not doing the same fight again and again and again and again and again. From here. So let's see if we can do 2 minutes. So let's do it 2 different ways. First off, we'll do it with the eyes open. Look this way. I can help you. Stay down. Okay. On your mark. Set. Go. Okay. How'd you do?
Yeah, there's a-
So, yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. When you go down, when you're down, but you can still hear da 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 da. It's like it's softer,
Mm-hmm.
and I can still the experience is different. Like obviously when there's nothing, the experience is more stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But even so, it's almost like maybe I'm in between or something, because I feel the pull, but I can still hear the deep 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 deep.
Right. Eventually, yeah, it'll get to a point where it's often the distance sort of feeling.
Yeah.
Right. It's because you've left the room, but you left the door open. You're still hearing the conversation. You want to make sure you don't miss anything.
And even the sensation then too, I can feel a sensation of sad.
Mm-hmm.
So any sort of identified vibration,
Mm-hmm.
is that's still
Once you're deciding what it is instead of just being what it is, that vibration, and you want to just be with the vibration, non-attached, nothing. No, you're not making decisions about it. You're not judging because what are you just doing?
you're just resting.
You're resting, and you want to just listen. There you go.
And then in that sense, it just goes away. It's not there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's only with the resistance.
Mhm. Anyone else? How'd they do? How'd you do? How'd you do?
A little better. Not bungee jumping quite so much.
How'd you do? Yeah?
Sometimes when my eyes
close them. Better to close them. The only reason you're keeping them open is in that I'm here to help. If you're just looking at out there, shut your eyes. It's your inside view and is as good as your outside view. Does that make sense? Yeah. Better to for you also, shut your eyes, because you tend to, you lose your subject and object through your eyes a lot. So you want to work to disentangle and bring yourself back. No. And that doesn't mean then you're going to lose your subject and the object of what you're thinking. You don't want to do that and have, oh, I'm meditating. Yak, 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 yak. No. Down in here. Okay. So the word meditation is out there everywhere now. They're teaching it everywhere. They're doing it everywhere. Nobody asks what's the purpose. Yeah.
That's one of the things I think, even in this, in the next class, that I almost like I kind of don't understand is why would people, focus on breath and focus on something against the wall, like almost like for what? Like it's so like, I don't know, almost like it seems so hard. It's not so hard, but like, then you're not getting anything. I don't know, maybe I'm not saying it quite clearly.
Okay, what it is remember what's the sutra when you have distracting thoughts and all the distractions that occur, all the different kinds of distractions of the mind. Then you have hard breathing, right? Thinking, all these symptoms, they're symptoms of what? A distracted mind. So if I've got hard breathing, mental pain, all that sort of stuff, heart? No, I've got to start with an orange dot. I'm hyperventilating. Maybe can I slow it down a little bit? So most of what's out there is what I would call stress management. That's what they're doing, stress management, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to add that in my experience of talking to people about meditation, even people will ask me, oh, does it make you relaxed? Does it make you calm?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of people think that I think it's just done to relax, and I'm missing the main point.
Well, that's what the mainstream, that's what yoga, that's the whole thing, that's what's out there, it makes it real. And to be perfectly honest, why do you go to church on Sunday? Does anybody look for liberation? You're going for Friday night service, is that for liberation? No, most people are doing that to make themselves feel better about something or somehow or something. Nobody said, well, I'm doing this so I can be liberated. So you look at where most people are doing what their focus is. They just want to live their lives. They're not really interested in knowing that they're not their small self and they're not. Makes sense. So it's stress management. That's it. So you say, oh, well, that's great. Good for you. It's great. Good for you. That's wonderful. I do something a little different, and my focus is different. So, make sense? That's what I was saying to you about the whatever your CD, DVD you're gonna have. I knew somebody years and years ago who went and got a master's in stress management, and they had been in the ashram, and they did these guided meditations now. They weren't teaching what Baba taught because they didn't really get it. They were doing guided meditation. And the guided meditation was that you imagine yourself on the water And there's a beautiful boat, and the sun is lovely, and it's sparkling on the water, and you're on the boat and you're sailing, and it's lovely. I said, what happens if somebody's afraid of the water? I'm not feeling really stress-free then. And it never occurred to this person. I'm like, oh my God, I'm terrified of water. And I'm doing this guided stuff. Yeah. Oh, I'd get up and have to leave the room. I mean, so it's so limited and so just, I like this, you like that. It's that we're back to different and differentiated in all kinds of diverse things. That's very much beginner. That's the physical plane, that's relative reality. And that's the thing of different religions and all that. Then when you get to the second level, still different mantras, different language, different things like that, but you're starting to cut out a lot of the other stuff. I don't care what you wear, how your hair is, I don't care with that now. We're all doing the same, we're doing scripture, we're doing chanting, we're doing internal, we're doing all that sort of thing. But once you get to the heart, is there a different costume in the heart? No. Does one group teach you go around and down and to the toes and up and then over here? No. No. Once you get to the third level, it's the same for everybody, every tradition, every person, everything. No different. No different. We're back to what Baba used to say. Everybody drives a different car to the house of God, but when you're going to go into the house, you got to get out of the car. So let's do this. And when we do this, let's listen and contribute this, not for ourselves and not selfishly, but once we get into the heart, there isn't selfish anymore. It's for everybody. So when somebody says, oh, you meditate and you do these things, isn't that selfish? Aren't you just worried about your little self? And no, I'm not worried about the little self. I'm worried about the big self. And that includes you. Everybody. It's everybody. So no matter where they are, the healthy, the unhealthy, the sufferers, the people causing the suffering. What about contributing to them? They need. They're as unhappy as the people who are suffering. They're suffering too. So let's do that. Let's disentangle, let go, go into the heart and meditate. Did you meditate? Hmm? Did you listen? You understand the difference now?
It was interesting at one point, I was just so down and then my stomach made a noise and it was like, and I woke and then I had to go back down. It was just so loud.
Mm-hmm. That's why we talk about in the Yoga Sutras about the stilling of the body so it doesn't annoy or distract us. Yeah.
One thing I struggle with is I get caught up in the breath. Not watching the breath, but just I feel like sometimes I can go deeper than the breath,
Mm-hmm.
but it distracts me.
Breathing.
Yeah. It's
So-
like I want to hold on to it. There's fear or I don't really know, but it just, I feel like it's an obstacle.
Okay, so we've been talking about the pranayama and the whole thing of kumbhak. And kumbhak is the retention. It's the not letting it get in the way. You know, so it's a vehicle that you don't really need, so to speak.
Right.
The body will do it on its own, but you can just, so do you slow it down? Does it slow down?
Yeah, and I try to sort of not fight it, you know,
Mhm.
because I was, in the beginning, I was trying to push through to see if I could get deeper. I was just sort of organizing my meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I just decided I'm going to go along with it
Mm-hmm.
and surrender.
Mm-hmm.
And then it quieted.
There's your lesson. Yeah, the breath really won't bother you unless you're using it and hanging out with it and playing with it and wrestling with it. And so you don't do your thoughts, you do your breath.
Yeah.
Still an annoyance.
Yes.
So that's the whole thing of not having, you know, the yamas and the niyamas, then the asana, then the pranayama, then the pratyahara, and then you get to dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Just one of the possible routes, but they're all going in that direction, whether we're doing Christian mysticism or the Patanjali's Yoga Sutras or Kashmir Shaivism, we're ultimately all going to end up in the same place. Judaism goes to the same place. Islam to the same place. Is there more than one God? No. One God. That's it. Same thing. Anyone else? Okay, so I'm going to challenge you. 1 minute of every hour in your day, you go in. That's all, 1 minute. I think that comes to, let me see my math. 24 minutes in the day. That's all I'm asking. That you contribute stillness to the world, to us. And by us, I mean everyone. So 1 minute. See if you can do it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.